Hello, and welcome to my mental training session for whatever the date is today. I think it's April 13th. We are going to get started in a moment. We're going to go ahead and start with some 3-minute mindfulness, as usual. Again, that's 1 minute of attention on the thoughts, 1 minute of attention on the breath, and 1 minute of attention on the body.
Activity completed.
So if you've ever done that in a clinic with me or something like that, or one-on-one coaching, I always like to ask, what did you notice? So what I noticed while I was doing that, one thing was that my attention, when I went to my breath, my attention was my breath. My attention was with my breath for just a moment, and immediately I got distracted. Uh, and the second thing was that it felt good to just stop and settle in a little bit. I'm feeling pretty tired, and my body felt pretty heavy, like part of that sort of tiredness. My head felt heavy, my brain felt heavy, it felt kind of nice to just like relax and settle in and sink in. All right. The next thing, so next week is national championships, which is, for me, it's a big competition. And I've been preparing, I've been like training, thinking about what do I want to be doing before then? Um, and so this week, I think the most important things I want to do are write out my plan for the next week and a half, right? Today's Wednesday, so it's going to be on Monday the 25th, and do some visualizations. And tonight I'll probably do a 5-minute visualization, um, imagining myself in that tournament. But what I'm going to do before either of those things is some progressive muscle relaxation, um, which is probably going to be a funny one to watch if you're watching it, because it starts off with like bringing tension into the face and this kind of like expression. But the areas I'm going to go through with the progressive muscle relaxation are the sort of the face and head, sort of neck up, the shoulders under the arms, the whole torso, and the legs, everything below the waist. And I'm going to do that twice. And if you haven't done progressive muscle relaxation with me, it's one breath of tension and one breath of just relaxation. All right. And here we go. If I didn't already say this, I'm going to do the whole body twice. reason I wanted to do that before moving into the visualization or the journaling is because I always find myself a little refreshed after doing the progressive muscle relaxation or the PMR. Uh, and I thought it would be better to go into the journaling and visualization being a little refreshed. So I'm going to set up the timer for the visualization a little differently than I have before. Usually I just do um, like usually I just do 5 minutes, but this time I want a bit of a heads up, so I'm going to do like 4 minutes and then 1 minute. Basically, there's going to be an alert at 4 minutes, so I'll have a 1 minute heads up for the end. And that will be if you haven't heard me mention it before, I use this app called Interval Timer, which is pretty simple and lets you set timers for either different times or different like alternating intervals, hence the name. Um, and that's what we're going to be using right now. Starting the visualization in 5 seconds. And remember, for a visualization, you want to have a few things in mind. You want to know who you're fencing. You want to know where you're fencing so you can visualize the setting correctly. You want to know what kind of visualization you're doing. Is it high pressure and like really high stress? Is it process oriented where you're focused on the way you're going to go about the bout? Or is it focused on the outcome, right? Sort of like, are you just going to visualize yourself winning 5-0 or, 15-10, maybe if you start at 10-10. So yeah, you can certainly do longer, but you could visualize a whole 15 touch bout. That's just a more intensive thing that I don't want to get into right now. I don't think I could stay focused for that long, personally. So I am going to visualize about at national championships to 15 touches, so probably starting at 10-10. You know what? Maybe not. I'll do 0-0 the first 5 touches of the bout. And I think I want to focus on the process I'm going to be going through and also seeing the bout as, I'm going to see myself get those first 5 touches, 5-0. So I'm going to take a second and think about what process I want to focus on, what kind of preparation I want to be doing or whatever. I recommend you do the same if you're following along with this. And, make it something real, make it something you want to be doing in your next competition. And then I'm going to get started. So, all right. I have the preparation I want to be doing. And I have yeah, sure. I've got the person. Uh, I've got the setting, and here we go.
Activity completed.
Yeah, so while I find myself getting better at the visualizations, it still takes a little while to get into it. And 4 minutes is like, for me, with my trouble focusing, is like, I'm just getting started, kind of like, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I got a touch. Ding. Oh, so maybe I'll start, or so I maybe I will start doing longer visualizations. But right now, what's most important is just to like name a couple highlights for me between now and uh, the 25th. Like what are the things I really want to make sure I hit in my preparation. So I'm just gonna, I'll do another 5 minutes, the exact same thing. 5 minutes with a 1 minute warning. Um, Writing about what I want to do over the next 11 days, whatever it is. Kind of starting, I could work backwards, but I'm going to do this again as I get close to and just be like, oh, what am I going to do over the next 3 or 4 days? This is a little bit more broad. Um, so yeah, just starting from tomorrow, I guess. Timer went off, but I'm not done, so I'm going to keep writing.
Activity completed.
All right. I think I have my week planned out. Really, so I leave next Thursday, which is because I'm going to visit my sister in North Carolina before the competition, which would give me a couple days to chill. So basically, I have my next 7 days mapped out a little bit so they're not super stressful, which is what I was looking for right now. Thank you for tuning in today or for watching after the fact, if you're watching after the fact. Next week, I may be changing the time of this training. It may not be on, it may not be on Wednesday. I think I'm going to move it to Thursday, but I'm not sure. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out for your email, and I hope to see you there.